Today I'm going to teach you guys how to solve a 5x5 Rubik's Cube. This one has been a little bit of a struggle for me. I feel like just getting and memorizing the algorithms for the edge pieces has been the hardest part for me. Everything else is pretty easy. So if you know how to solve a 4x4 already, you're going to know the basic setup. You're going to start with your white center and yellow center, and then the rest of the centers. But this one is a little bit easier when it comes to pairing the centers because your middle piece is already there. So the color in the center is what side it is. So you can tell this is white because the center is white. And this one is also, people say, a little bit easier because it doesn't have the parity algorithm. I choose to disagree. I feel like 4x4 is so much easier, less pieces, and just easier to remember. But you know, whatever you guys like doing best, leave it down in the comments below. Do you guys like 4x4 or 5x5s better? All right, so let's get started. We're gonna begin with our white center, and you can see here we already have two pieces. Now, the easiest way I found for me to solve the centers is to do it like this. You start with two here, like it already has. Then you do two on the side here and two on the side here. Then you can get your last bar. So I'll show you how to do that here. There's a bar right here that's already set up. So we can go ahead, turn that, and set it up to be pushed up. Now we have two. Now let's get our last one here. And you can see that it's turned the wrong way. So I feel like all we're gonna do here is position this corner piece to go up there. Turn it. And let's see if we can get it facing the right way so that that piece can go in. Now all you have to do is get a bar of 3, which is pretty easy to do. So we're gonna turn it. I feel like I'm missing a piece here. Oh, there it is. All right, so we're gonna turn this here, that there, and turn that back up. And this is, getting the centers is a lot of just messing around with the cube to get all the pieces to line up. So there's our white center. So now we're gonna flip it over and do our yellow center next. You already have that middle bar there. So you're gonna go ahead and do yellow next, but be careful. See that you just flipped your white and then bring it back. You always want to bring your white center back to where it was. So see that we just flipped that up. We're gonna go ahead and push that over twice and put that back down so that it stays solved. Next bar is gonna be here. So here's our middle. Here's an edge piece. So we're gonna go ahead and pair those up and figure out a way to put them in just like that. So we have white, and now we just need our last bar of yellow. So we're gonna go ahead and move our pieces around in order to get them positioned to be solved. This just takes a lot of messing around with the cube, guys. I'm telling you, it gets easier as you do it more and more. But if you haven't solved like a 4x4 or anything like that yet, I highly recommend doing that first. 4x4 is going to make it a lot easier to learn how to solve a 5x5 because it's pretty much the same steps. So white and yellow are solved. So next is our middles. And what we're gonna do here is, when doing the middles, you're gonna want to work with the colors next to each other. So you're not gonna wanna do red and then go to the opposite side of the cube and do orange. So we're gonna start with red here. And we already have that set up. So all we need to do is get our last bar of red in here. I'm gonna turn this. I definitely be careful of pieces popping. There has been like people saying that with the larger cubes, it is easier for the cube pieces to pop out. So just make sure you be careful with your cube if you're noticing that pieces are coming out. So red is done, so I recommend doing blue or green next. I always start with what has more. So blue does have more pieces already solved in there. So we're gonna go ahead and do blue next. We're gonna turn that up. Now make sure you turn it back and bring that back down. You want to make sure that you're fixing whatever you've done to the solved sides after you finish. So look, I'm gonna put this up and then it wrecks red. So you're gonna turn this twice and fix red. So now that we got that, we have one more piece left, and we can just go ahead and push that up, push it back down. Now we just have one left, and if you try to just push this up, it is gonna wreck red, and you can't bring that back down. So here's what you're gonna do. You're gonna position blue so that it's under the piece that's already solved. Then you're gonna go up, over, down, and then your red and your blue are solved. So now we just have orange and green. This is gonna take a lot of work to try and figure out. I just mess around with the cube until it's solved, really. This is the hardest part for the centers, is getting your last two solved. So I just recommend messing around with some of the pieces and trying to get them to line up like that. I just got a bar of 3, but then I messed that up. So what we're gonna do is just mess around with the cube for a while and try to figure out the center. That's the best way I can explain it. I mean, I haven't really gotten like anything down with this yet. I just messed around with it until it's solved. It does eventually solve if you line up the pieces properly. So this is just gonna take a lot of like pattern work. And it does get better with practice. So the more you practice with this cube, the easier and the better it will get to try to figure this out. So I will come back after I finish this step. This right here is really your best case scenario. So if you have two pieces right next to each other, this is how you want to position it. The top part with one corner piece and the two pieces up in the top right corner. Then this one in the bottom left corner. And then you're just going to turn it up, turn it over, and turn it down. Then everything will be solved. That is really the best way you want to position your centers so that they can be solved. Next, for the edges. Now, if you've solved a 4x4 cube, you know that the edges are quite the task. This is definitely my least favorite part of the cube. One of the longest parts. It's not too hard once you get it down. So I'm always going to start with my white edges and white facing up. Since I already have red and white here, what you want to look for is you want to make sure that when you're pairing the edges, they're two opposite colors on top. So this one has red on top, this one has white on top. So that when you slide it over, they pair up properly. So you're gonna go ahead and you're gonna slide those over. You're gonna put them up, move your layer, put it down, and fix that center. Now we are going to finish the red and white. So we're gonna look around the cube and see if we can find our red and white center. It is right there. So we're gonna go ahead, move this down, and then also move this down. But now we have a problem because it's the same color. Now the pieces are on the wrong side. So what we're gonna do to fix that is move this up, up, over, move the face this way, over, down. Now they are on the right side and this is red and these are all white. So now you can just go ahead, push it over. They're paired. Move it to the top, move your layer over, put it down, and then fix that center. Now we're gonna go ahead and do that with every pair, but when you're pairing up pieces, so we have green and green, right? And they're the wrong color again, so you're gonna do that algorithm, move both sides up, move the front over to the left, the face, move the top, and that layer down. Now they're positioned properly. What you don't wanna do is, I'm gonna show you here, you're gonna push the green up, move this down. Now, what you don't wanna do is, when you're putting something up in the top layer, you don't wanna move a solved piece down and then fix your center, or it's gonna mess up that solved piece. So, if you're out of room on the top layer, you're gonna have to turn the cube and start working on a different one. I will come back and show you how to do your last two edges. I recommend starting with all of your white edges, doing yellow, and then seeing what's left. So like I said, I will come back for the last two edges and show you what to do. All right, now that we're on our last two edges, there's 12 different algorithms to do in order to get these last two edges paired and solved. I'll put up this sheet for you guys. This is just a cheat sheet I found online, and it is literally the easiest way to pair the edges, but there's so many different positions these two edges could be in. That is why there is 12 different algorithms. So you could take a screenshot of the photo I'm about to show you, and then you can pair your edges using the algorithms on the sheet. Now that your cube has all the edges done, now you solve it sort of like a 3x3. So you're gonna go ahead and make your daisy by lining up the white edges. This is very easy to do. Just make sure when you're doing this step, don't turn the center layers or it'll mess up your edges and your centers. So you're gonna go ahead and pair up the color properly, just like you would with a 3x3 cube. Once you have all of your edges in place, you'll have your white cross. And then you can go ahead and place your edges in. So how you do that is you're gonna look on the top layer for anything without yellow. So I got a couple. And then you're gonna line up the color properly. Now that it's lined up properly, you're gonna hold your cube with blue facing us because blue and red needs to go here. You're gonna push this down, over, up, over, so that it lands right in the middle and everything is solved properly. You're gonna go ahead and do that with every edge. So we lined it up with green. You're gonna push it over to where it needs to go, up, over, and back up to fix that edge. Now here's one again. There you go. There's one last one right here, and we are just going to put it in place. Now with our corner pieces, we're just gonna look around for any corner pieces. There's one right here. Some people said you can just go ahead and do it like a regular 3x3 corners, but that does not work. And you will learn very quickly that just trying to do the right algorithm to get these corner pieces to solve is not gonna work. It's gonna put the corner piece in the wrong way. So what you need to do is you need to find the corner piece, put it above where it needs to go. This one is facing the top, so you can actually go ahead and do the right algorithm. As long as the white is facing the top, you can go ahead and do that. But if the piece is facing to the right or is facing us, you have to do a special algorithm to get that corner piece solved. I'm just untrapping my corner piece there so that we can solve it. So now that we have this corner piece up here, we're gonna go up. It's facing the top again. All right, we can just go ahead and do the right algorithm. Now this one is facing us. So when it is facing us, you're gonna push the top over, this side up. So let me show you that again. Over, up, over, down, over, over, up, over, down. And you'll see it pair in the back, so you can see it beginning to solve. If you don't understand how it completely works, you can see it solving in the back layer there, and that will really help. All right, so this piece is also facing us. So we're gonna do the same thing. We're gonna do over, up, over, down. And then it's paired, so over, over, up, over, down. If the piece is facing the right, which let me get one of my corner pieces out and show you. If your piece is facing the right, which I know this one isn't, but if it is, you're gonna hold it above where it needs to go. Move the whole bottom layers of the cube over this way. So like this, move the whole cube down. So this, move the whole cube this way, down, over, up, over, over, down, over, down. And then that piece should be solved, but because it wasn't facing the right, it didn't solve the right way. But if your piece is facing the right, that's the algorithm that you do. Now that our piece is actually facing the right, let me show you that again. We're moving the whole layer this way, down, over, up. That is now paired, over, over, up, over, down. Now your 4 bottom layers are solved, and you can just solve the top like a regular 3x3. So you would turn the top and do the right algorithm a couple times until you have your yellow cross. This is me coming back to tell you that I forgot to show you how to do so when you're solving the yellow, I forgot to show you guys how to get the middle pieces in the right spot, but you're just gonna do the same algorithm that you use to get the 3x3 middles in the right spot. So how you do that is you lift up your right side, you flip it over to the left once, you put your right side back down, you push this over once, you bring your right side back up and bring that over twice, then you put it back down. And then when you have 2 centers that are in the right spot, you're gonna hold them in the back and on the right side, and then you just do that again until your middles are solved. Now also to get your corner pieces in the right spot, what you're gonna do is, if you have any corner pieces that are in the right spot, you're gonna hold them in the front right, and then you're gonna push it over to the left, bring the right side up, push it over to the left, or to the right, bring the left side up, push it over to the left, put the right side back down, then you're gonna bring that back and put it down. Now all of your corner pieces should be solved, but if you still only have, if you had none, you could just do it from anywhere, and then when you get one, hold it in the front right, and then you just do that until all of your corners are solved. Now that we've done all of that and our corners are in the right place, you're gonna flip it over and just do our right algorithm until that corner piece is solved. Then just turn the bottom and do it again. This is where your 3x3 sort of comes into play. And then after all of your corners are solved, your cube will be solved. There you go. Your 5x5 cube is all finished. This one is definitely a little bit harder, especially with those last two edges. So make sure you definitely take your time on this one, give it some patience, and you'll get it down. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Let me know down below what your favorite Rubik's Cube is, and I will see you on the next one.